Hello, hello, hello. We are back. Episode 4. Using up your junk mail envelopes. Now, for this one, I did use unused envelopes for no reason, really. And what we're making is an over the page pockets. So this will go over the top of your page. You'll clip it in. I had a paper clip on my desk, but I don't know where it's at. So it'll clip in like so. But when you unclip it, this will flip up. There'll be writing space here. There'll be writing space here. Plus, you'll have pockets here and here. It goes over the page. I saw this on Scrapbooking with Me, Edith. But she got her inspiration from Joey DeFee. So I will put both of their channels in the box. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to seal your envelopes closed. These ones are peel and stick. They're a relatively new envelope, so I'm not worried about them coming unstuck. And then you just have to decide, you're going to cut down the long edge of one. So you just got to have to decide, do you want these to be on the inside or do you want them to be on the outside? And for me, because I'm going to put writing paper on them, I want this to be the outside. Otherwise, you'll be able to see the folds of the envelope. And I want to hide that. So I'm going to put the folded sides to the outside. I have some Scrapbooking with Me paper, digital paper there that I'm going to be using for decoration. So first things first. Okay, apparently I'm going to be doing it separate. They're not wanting to stay together. A little bit more than necessary, but my envelopes are not even. So, since I couldn't cut them together, do them separate, but I'm measuring them to the same length, or the same width. So they're both cut to 3.5 wide. Which my papers, what's going on here? Oh, my lock was locked. But it shouldn't have been. So these are, I probably cut bigger than that 3.5, which is okay. Because you're going to make the decision like normal. Are you going to fold some in and fortify those edges? But the main thing you want to do is make sure, well, it doesn't even necessarily. You could do your slits on both sides. You could do them like this if you wanted to, so that one opens on the left and one opens on the right. You know, and it wouldn't really matter which direction you put it in your book. In fact, I think I'm going to leave mine opening on opposite sides. Okay, and I had a piece. Oh, there it is. So you're going to hinge these together. And it's really simple. You're going to cut a piece of paper the width of your envelopes. Give it some depth so that it goes over both sides. Now you could do this before or after you put the decorative paper on. I like to do it before, so that way the hinge is covered by the decorative pages. So see, I stood these up, set that over the top, and that automatically creates an expansion, so to speak. Trim the end. And trim the end. You can do the same in here if you want. You can put a hinge piece in here, like, you know, like so. If you want to. I don't worry about it. Because again, it's going to be over the page and this hinge is going to hold it together anyway. So I personally don't worry about hinging the inside. Okay. Now we can put the paper down. There's not really a whole lot there to fold over, is there? Not really, but we can try. Okay, so first you cover your front piece. I'm going to put it even with this side over here. Get that squished down. Only have a little tiny gap there. Let's give a little bit of a trim and a little bit of a trim. In theory, that should keep it from binding up too much. Nope. Never mind. It's not wanting. I'm not going to mess with it. Just going to trim it off. So there's my front. Turn my heater down. So this pocket is opening to the left. So again, lining up the corner, lining up that edge. Giving her a squish. We're going to trim this one down. Okay. Now I've cut these papers down. They're going to fit, leaving a frame. And because they're going to be framed out, I do want them to be inked. So I wanted to stand out against that white. You can see the difference between that and that. Oh, you know what I just realized? Did I? Okay, yeah, you gotta make sure that this is flipping this way, so you want to make sure your top is always at the right. I was thinking I put one upside down, which would happen if you did it this way. If you decorated this and then this, if you weren't paying attention, one of them would be upside down, but I'm good. Side. Glue one of these in, and this is white, so I mean you don't necessarily have to cover it. You could write directly down on that envelope, but if you were doing using a mailer envelope, it might have company logos on it. It might have some design or something, you know. So you may have to cover it. But also, you're going to want to cover it if you don't like the stark white of stuff. So, love these little Saturday tutorials. They're turning out, I mean, they're really quick. I think my longest one so far has been like 35 minutes. That in there as straight as I can. So then when you put this in your book, I get an actual safety pin that I like, that it, you know, I mean, the dog one's cute, but okay, so this goes over your page like this. And you're going to clip it in. You can use a hidden paper clip. You can use a rusty paper clip. This one's alcohol dyed. What I'm going to do on this page, because there's a wraparound pocket that you can do with envelopes too. I'm going to use this part down here for that one. So we'll come back to this page in a little bit and at a later video. But for now, here is the double pocket over the page. So you got a pocket here and you got a pocket here. You can cover this inside if you want, you know, just on the flap like we did before, like cover, you know, the bottom flap that you're going to see when you open it up to stick stuff in there. You know, you could do this, put something on the edge there. I like that blue that's in these envelopes, so I'm going to leave them. But again, this is, I saw this on Scrapbooking with Me, and she was inspired by Joey DeFee. So look for those tags in the title and the description box. But yeah, there we are. There is episode 4. 1, 2, yeah, episode 4. Thanks for tuning in, and peace out.